How do you feel about music covers? You know, when a musician puts a spin or a new take on something classic. Recently, my kids watched the movie Shrek for the first time. I know we're over 20 years behind. Well, in the soundtrack, Rufus Wainwright covers the song Hallelujah. Now, if you heard it, you know it's amazing. I knew Wainwright wasn't the composer, but until I looked it up, I didn't know that Leonard Cohen wrote it, or that even Willie Nelson had covered it. Now, for my money, one of the best covers is Run DMC's Walk This Way, although some debate whether it's a true cover since it features Aerosmith. Anyway, we left off last time in Revelation 7, where we were talking camping, or at least tabernacling. In verse 16, the elder who questioned John and offered explanation for the identity of the multitude continues. Never again will they hunger, never again will they thirst. The sun will not beat down on them, nor any scorching heat. My Bible, and probably yours, includes a footnote suggesting Isaiah 49:10 as the source. Now, I've mentioned before, these aren't direct quotations, but hunger and thirst, the sun and the scorching heat, not an altogether common word, are found both in Isaiah and Revelation. You could say that, in a sense, Revelation covers many Old Testament prophecies. In this case, it's Isaiah, and it doesn't end there. The elder continues in verse 17. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Being led by springs of water again ties into Isaiah 49:10, but the last reference comes from Isaiah 25:8, foreshadowing one of the more often quoted passages at the end of Revelation. Now, Isaiah is not the only theme we've got going here. Psalm 23 can't be far from mind. Although here there's an interesting twist. It's the Lamb who has become the shepherd who leads us by the waters. In case you're not quite catching it, you've got the sheltering presence from verse 15, provision and protection from 16, being led by the Lamb in 17, and there God himself wiping away our tears. The passage is one of deep encouragement and intimacy. We're about to turn a corner in chapter 8, but please don't miss what's happening here. God gave Jesus a message to give to an angel, to give to John, to encourage his people in the 7 churches, and eventually make it to us. Not just to give us a timeline for destruction, or to figure out who's the beast or the Antichrist, but as a comforting and pastoral word. The Christian walk is hard. If lived rightly, it might even seem difficult to hold on at times, make it through. But know this, a day is coming when we will feel God's touch and the Lamb will be our guide. I don't know what your challenge is this week, but know that this is temporary. It may be painful, but God's promises are eternal. Have a blessed week.